Mike, I'm so tired, but I don't want to have an energy drink or a cup of coffee because I fear the after effects.
What if I told you there was something more effective out there than energy drinks when it comes to focus and mental performance? And it doesn't come with jitters, energy crashes, or anything related to those side effects of caffeine. Amazing flavors such as pineapple and mango, blueberry verdana, and one of my favorites, raspberry and mint. Now, I've actually had nootropics. I take these when I'm feeling a little bit low and I just need that energy boost for an afternoon meeting. Tell you what, Steve, they do the trick. This week, we are sponsored by Bright Drinks. Bright make a wonderful new drink for better focus, better concentration, alertness with nothing artificial. Nootropics helps to improve focus and productivity without the typical side effects of caffeine alone.
You can discover it on brightdrinks.com, Sainsbury's, and many more. Hello and welcome to a super extra fantabulous edition of the Bad Scripts podcast celebrating New Year. So we were only going to do 3 festive specials, but we thought you'd been so good and kept off that naughty list that we would try and squeeze another one in for you just before the new year. So whether you're listening to this in 2021, 2022, or 2042 and wondering what the hell are these guys going on about, welcome to The Last Resort. And joining me, as always, the probably full of turkey, Mr. Mike Collier. Hi, Mike.
Steve, did you practice that in the mirror before you came online?
I did not.
That speech was a little bit too refined. Did you practice it?
I didn't. It was off the cuff. It was filled with the brandy and Bailey's. Other Irish liqueurs are available. And yeah, it kept me going.
Well, how has your Christmas been?
It has been fantastic. I've had a great time. I've got more socks than you can count. That's what you get as a dad, isn't it? You stop getting presents that are really exciting. You start getting the ones that are practical.
It's been a good Christmas, hasn't it? And, it's been a weird one again. We kept going through this, but we are now entering the moment of self-reflection and resolutions and changes that we're all going to make as we enter our new year.
One change we're not going to make, and that's bringing you the Last Resort saga and its continuation into the next season, which will be coming to you, we can now announce, in early 2022. So we're not quite sure yet, February, March time. It will be coming to your ears. And so stay tuned for that. Lots of exciting stuff to come. We've got quite a lot to get through in today's episode. So sit down and get strapped in for what should prove to be quite an intense and fun episode. So, Mike, are you ready to hit the road and find out what's going on at Camp Holidays?
I believe I am. We've done lots and lots of writing, folks. So just one thing, the reason why we've gone to 4 episodes, there was too much story to fit in just 3 small episodes. And we realized that while we were writing that we had so much to cover, and also building up to our wonderful and exciting second season. So
exterior road morning. Dan is stood next to the car as Donna comes into view. He walks to the back of the Metro and opens up the boot. Donna reaches him, carrying a medium-sized holdall. He takes the bag from Donna and places it in the back seat of the car before returning to Donna. In you jump then. I made it comfy. Dan has spread some of his clothes around the tiny boot. Donna stares at him for a second. I'll get in the boot when you're nearer the resort. I'm not lying in there for 90 minutes. Oh, you're right. Yeah, right you are. Let's go then. Interior, Camp Holidays, Entertainment's office, morning. Mark enters the office, looking tanned and relaxed. He's carrying a bag full of Spanish sweets and he puts down a bottle of sangria onto the desk.
Hola, Karen. Lovely to see you. How have you been?
Oh, hey up, Mark. Hey, nice to have you back. How were your holidays?
Oh, it was great. So relaxing. Got some sunshine and read some books. Really puts things in perspective when, you take a step back from things.
And holiday romance too?
Nah, nothing like that. How are you? How's the boys been getting on?
Oh, all good here, Mark. And the lads have been working hard. They've even painted your office. And Kirsty's giving it a clean too.
Excellent. Now, I've got you some Hungarian sweets for the office. Is my mail and messages on my desk?
All nicely piled up for you.
Don't think I like the sound of that. Well, I better get to it then.
Oh, Alan called too. Mark stops and turns around.
Did he leave a message?
Yeah, let me find it. Here, I've got it here a minute. Wrote it down somewhere. Karen rummages around her desk looking for the bit of paper. It goes on for some time as Mark stands watching.
I'll tell you what. If you find it, just bring it through.
Oh, I can remember. It said there's loads of ice lollies coming.
Ice lollies? That's strange. Are you sure?
100%. He called and he said to tell you there's a couple of 100 lollies coming.
Like a promotion?
It must be.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll see you in a bit.
Exterior, camp holidays, morning. The brown Rover Metro pulls into the chalet car park, having successfully transported Donna in through the boot. Dan turns the engine off and gets out of the car. He walks to the chalet, whistling in a carefree manner, and he opens the chalet door. Interior, camp holidays, chalet, morning. Robin is sat on the couch eating cereal as Dan immediately sits next to him. Oh, you made it back in one piece then? How was it? Ah, great. And how's Donna? Donna? A look of horror, panic flashes across Dan's face. Oh, shit! Dan jumps up, causing Robin to spill his cereal down himself, and launches out of the door. What the shit, Dan? You moron! Exterior, camp holidays, morning. Dan runs to the boot and pops it open. Donna, looking flustered and cramped, her hair all messed up, sits up and blinks as the lights dazzle her. Oh, what the hell happened, Dan? You forgot about me. No. I was just making sure coast was clear. Dan helps her out of the boot and she smooths out her clothes. In the distance, Robin comes to the door and looks over. We zoom to him. Oh, great, another bloody roommate. He then waves camply to Donna, feigning excitement. Ooh, Donna! He waves madly. Donna waves back. Oi! Shut up! You'll get us caught! Interior, Mark's office, morning. Mark is making his way through his mail and splitting them into two trays, one marked later and the other now. Most of the mail is going into the later pile. Karen enters and puts down a cup of coffee. How are your piles?
A bit itchy, but I'll live.
This joke goes over Karen's head. The phone starts ringing and Mark answers.
Entertainment's office, this is Mark. Oh, hi, Alan. Yeah, lovely, thanks. Yeah, just got back. We're getting there. Still lots to do, but, we have a few weeks before we need to start planning. What's happening tomorrow? Hold on. Karen did pass your message along. Oh, really? Yeah. No, it's not a problem. We'll be ready. Okay, then. Yeah, gotta go. Okay, then. Yep. Bye.
Mark puts down the phone and stares at the wall. He takes a deep breath before looking at Karen. Karen sips loudly from her mug. Everything all right?
That message. What did Alan say exactly, Karen?
Like I told you, there's 150 lollies coming.
Think back, Karen. What were his exact words?
Karen, deep in thought, takes another sip from her mug. Her lips turn red as the sangria stains them. He said there'd be 150 sun lollies coming here. Mark breathes deeply.
And who's Sun Lolly?
Oh, it's that travel agents.
150 Sun Lolly travel agents are coming here for a 3-day seminar tomorrow.
A lot of emotions run across Karen's face as the realization sinks in. She takes another sip and then downs the lot. Well, what do we do?
Call everyone. Wow.
Yes, so lot to digest there from those few scenes that we've had. So Donna's now on site. She's been snuck in the boot.
Inspired by you, Steve, when you used to hide in the boot to get in on resort.
That was before I worked there. That's right, yeah. And Mark's back from his holiday. He's had a bit of a break, gone off and had some fun in the sun, and he's come back and found out that suddenly there's going to be a seminar in 2 days' time. That's quite the ask for a resort with no staff and
and nothing. So we dropped this in, didn't we, in an earlier episode? So for those that have been following the story, if you remember our episode, was it the Halloween special that was dropped in? Yeah. So going right back to Halloween, Karen intercepts a call by Alan telling her that there was 150 sun lollies coming in, and she just didn't get his shorthand. She didn't get what he was saying, and she's passed that message on to Mark, and now they're all arriving. And what he said, obviously, am I mansplaining right now? Is that what I'm doing? I think what I'm doing is harking back to our Halloween special, that the call came in then, and now it's come to fruition.
Absolutely. So, who's keen to find out what happened next? Let's jump straight back in. Interior Entertainment's office, morning. Wayne, Judy, Daisy, Eddie, Karen, and the remaining CampCoats are stood in the office. Mark's in problem-solving mode.
So that's the situation we're faced with. We have no catering, limited housekeeping, entertainment support staff, and time. What can we do to help Mark? We need all hands on deck. We've got less than 24 hours before they arrive. Here's what we'll do. Wayne, pick up with housekeeping to align the rooms. We'll need at least 8 to clean and good to go. Daisy, can you make some phone calls to local catering, see what they can do on short notice?
What can I do?
Judy, you're on entertainment duty. You can pull together a schedule and some shows. Lads, help her out.
Adam, Robin, and Dan all nod their heads.
Eddie, I'll need you to get the venues ready, PA systems up and running, and you'll need to get out all the chairs and tables. See if Bob can help you out.
What about me?
You're here with me. I need you manning the office and pull together the budget. God knows how much all this will cost. Any questions?
Everyone shakes their heads.
It's a curveball, guys, but we're always at our best when we're under pressure. Let's do the best we can, solve problems, not create them, and really pull together. If you have any issues, call the office and you'll get Karen or me.
There's silence.
Any questions?
More silence.
No? Well, okay then. On you go.
Exterior, Camp Resort, car park, morning. Alan has just arrived and is exiting his car. Wayne quickly approaches him carrying a clipboard. Alan, nice to see you again. I've got your list of things here and we are working through them right now. Of course, I've organised the staff and got the place working like a well-oiled machine.
Where's Mark? I thought he'd be meeting me.
Yeah, he's been called to some urgent thing in housekeeping, so I'm here to give you the tour.
Right. Well, I guess I'll have to deal with the monkey if the organ grinder is indisposed. Lead the way.
Wayne extends an arm, gesticulating that the walk towards the large main marquee building at the centre of the resort. So I've got everyone doing a specific role, organised with military precision.
Good, good. I know a week wasn't much notice.
Yeah, I mean, until I got involved, things weren't going too well, but I saw the issues and have made it right. Wayne pulls open the door. I think you'll be impressed. Interior, marquee building, day. The building is a busy mess. A cherry picker scales one of the large support struts. Gary and Colin are slowly hanging lights from the supporting arms 30 feet into the air. Karen is careering along on a ride-on floor polisher, leaving waxy residue and bubbles in her wake. Various other members of the support staff are painting welcome signs and fixing things. The place is a disaster zone. The sound and lighting system lies in pieces with wires and leads strewn everywhere. Eddie looks perplexed as he's untangling cables as quickly as he can. Wayne proceeds to pull out a king-size peppered sausage snack from his back pocket, unwrapping it and taking a massive bite. How's it looking, Eddie? Eddie looks up, shakes his head, and gets back to untangling the vast amount of knotted leads. Wayne springs sausage meat everywhere. See? All under control. Alan stands in disbelief.
Under control? This place is not a shit show. What the hell have you all been playing at? This event is a special favour for the new owners, who happens to be the CEO of Sun Lolly Travel. I assured him you could handle this. And it looks like an episode of Noel's bloody house party in here.
It's all just last-minute touches, Alan. Titillation. It'll be fine in an hour or two. Alan sits briefly on a small wall leading to the bar area, removes his glasses and rubs his temples.
Jesus H. Christ. It better be Wayne, or God help you. Where are all the CampCoats? Staff, is there enough?
It's closed season, Alan. We're lucky there was anyone on site. It's only the contract balls up them that we had any of them. Wayne points at Adam and Dan, who are painting a large Welcome Sun Lolly sign.
What contract balls up? And what on earth is that meant to be?
Alan is pointing at the sign that Adam and Dan are painting. Dan looks over and waves at Alan as he marches over with Wayne following.
What is that?
It's an umbrella and a coconut in it. I thought I'd make it all tropical.
An umbrella and a coconut. Is that what you can see, Wayne? What do you think that looks like?
It looks like a giant cock and balls.
A giant knob indeed.
Adam and Dan look down. Adam nods his head in agreement, whereas Dan clearly can't see it. Well, I was going with the beach theme. If I paint them, it should be okay.
Don't bother. Get rid of it. It looks shit. No offense.
Dan takes offense as Adam starts to roll it up. Alan turns back to Wayne.
You can't run a resort with minimum staff, Wayne. You're going to have to find some manpower. What can we do?
We called everyone, Alan. We've arranged catering and housekeeping is done.
Well, where are you short?
The coats. It's just Tweedledee, Dumb and Dumber at the moment. We need a few more to cover the hours, you know.
Well, get some in then. Offer a bonus or something.
I have an idea. Might help. Don't interrupt us. The big boys are talking here.
Only your waistband tells you to that description, Teletubby. I'm sorry, young man. You were saying?
Teletubby. Just get on with it, Dan. What's your bright idea? Wayne takes another resentful bite from his snack. Well, my girlfriend, only lives an hour and a half away. Bet she could be here mega quick. She's dead good at presenting and that.
Well, at least someone's shown some initiative today. Dan, was it?
Thanks. Yeah, she'll be well up for it. Alan stands up from the wall.
Then it's settled. You find your good lady and get her down here. Wayne, do whatever you can to rustle up some more people Hire some of those hippies from the caravan site if you have to.
Alan turns to Dan and gives him a friendly slap on the arm. As he walks away, he reveals a large stripe of paint on the back of his trousers, where it's been sat on the freshly painted poster. Wayne spots this, and a panicked look spreads across his face. Right, yeah. Wayne storms off and shouts something derogatory at Colin and Gary as he makes a hasty exit before Alan notices the freshly acquired stain.
Oh, and Wayne, tell Mark I'm on my way up. That's if he can spare 5 minutes in his busy schedule.
Interior chalet morning. Dan has somehow obtained a large whiteboard and it's adorned with an elaborate plan, like something from a heist movie. Adam and Donna are sat on the couch watching TV. Dan is hurriedly adding pieces of paper and crude drawings to the whiteboard. Robin enters the lounge and collapses into the lone armchair. What nice of you to join us, mate. Oh, Jesus, Dan. Where do you get your energy from? I'm absolutely knackered. Excuse me if I took 5 minutes to have a shower. We don't all like to smell like the inside of a wrestler's jockstrap.
Give it a rest, you two. I hate seeing you both bicker. Look, come on, show some love.
Look at this one. Gets laid and he's suddenly caring what everyone else is doing. Listen, as you all know, I've personally convinced the top brass that we absolutely need Donna here to get her through this event. We were there when Alan said that, you know. Well, I think it's dead sweet. Going to the very top to find a way to get me here legitimately. Thanks, babe. Right, as you can see, I put together a plan. What will get Donna on site as I arranged. Dan points to a crude picture of the local area. We can see the resort, the local town, and various landmarks. Like in that great old film about the train robbery? The Great Train Robbery? Yeah, what was it called? Oh, I can't even. You should watch it, mate. Was well good. Not very realistic, though.
Dan, what's the plan, mate?
Okay, so we're going to need some large blankets, cable ties, industrial-sized battery. Oh, and a goat. Dan, I love you more than you could ever know. But how the heck are we going to find the goat at this notice in the middle of winter at the seaside? Robin rubs his temples. Are you really expecting us to undertake all of this hijinks just to get your girlfriend off resort and back on again, all without getting caught? No offence, Dan, my lovely, but I can barely stand up. Never mind getting involved in one of your stupid schemes. I'm out.
Well, I've got your back, matey. What do you need me to do?
Robin stands up and walks to the kitchen area and pours himself a glass of orange juice. Thanks, bud. I need you to dress up as a woman and create a distraction at the security office so we can wrap Donna up in blankets and put her into the outgoing mail, right? Then the lorry leaves, we can incept it with the goat, setting it loose in from the middle of the road. We slip in the back of the van, get Donna out, put her on a bus home so she can get the train back to here. Finally, Wayne's going to pick her up from the station. Job done. Is this going to be safe? Of course, babe. I've got it all under control.
Just one question. What are the cable ties for?
For my room. What with the TV, video, and N64 all on the dresser, I need the cables better organised. Adam laughs. Donna sniggers too, and Dan joins in with them. Have you planned all this out in the last 20 minutes? I've always got an escape plan, no matter what. Robin puts down the glass of orange juice and rolls his eyes. Okay, here's an idea. Robin approaches the whiteboard, snatches the pen from Dan's hand, and wipes the drawings from the board. He then writes in bold letters, "Take her out the way you got her in, numbnuts." He clips the lid back on the pen before patronisingly placing it into Dan's hand. Dan stands with his mouth wide open. Adam and Donna look at each other and both get to their feet. To be fair, it is a simpler solution. You've still got Karen's metro keys, right?
You gotta admit, mate, it's a better idea.
Dan looks crestfallen, picks up the metro keys and jingles them slightly.
So you drop her at the south entrance to the station. Donna, you can then cross the platforms and meet Wayne at the main entrance.
Well, it's a bit boring, but fine. It's agreed then. Fab. Good luck. I'm going for a lie down. before you go, mate, can I borrow your mobile? What for? I got to phone the petting zoo and cancel the goat. Exterior, train station, noon. Wayne is stood by his jeep at the station entrance, awaiting Donna's arrival. He looks at his watch and stares intently into the foyer. Where the fuck is she? In the background, we see the brown metro speed into the side street and disappear from view, an action that Wayne is oblivious to. We follow the vehicle as it screeches to a halt. Dan jumps out and races around to open the boot. He helps Donna out as she grabs her handbag. Do we need to talk about the plan one more time? I think I've got it. I'm walking through there and out to the front. Okay. I am really going to miss you. Donna giggles and sees he's being serious. I'll literally see you in 20 minutes, you wally. Oh, yeah. Now, off we pop back to resort. You got to beat us back there. Dan gives Donna a kiss and runs back to the car. Oh, and Dan? Dan stops. Act like you've not seen me for a while. Dan winks and gets into the car, reversing out and blowing a kiss. Donna walks into the station. We follow her through as she passes the platforms, over the small bridge and out to the foyer. Exterior, train station, noon. We cut back to Wayne, who spots Donna walking towards him. She reaches him after a few seconds. Hi, Wayne. I've been waiting ages. We haven't got time for this. Jump in. Wayne looks around. Where's your stuff? It's just my handbag. What? I didn't have time to pack. I would have missed my train. Well, what are you going to do for clothes and stuff? Oh, my dad's going to drop it off later. Wayne climbs into the Jeep. Why didn't he just bring you then? Well, he's working. All right, I don't care. Get in. I need to stop by Firecracker Chicken on the way back. I've hardly eaten today. Donna opens the passenger door and out falls an avalanche of assorted fast food containers and wrappers. The Jeep is an absolute mess. Wayne smiles at Donna's expression and she sits on her handbag, grimacing at the smell and mess. Lovely.
Well, yeah.
I did say she smiles at Donna's expression and she sits on her handbag, but we actually wrote on her handbag. So that's
on a hand. Oh no, I see that on a handbag. What's a handbag?
I don't know. Sounds painful.
For all that well, it's still a bad script. So the heist never quite worked out the way it should work out, really.
No, I think it was one of those things where maybe Dan got a little bit carried away in his idea and the notion that he could create some sort of let's say elaborate plan to sneak her out and in again. But at the end of the day, simplicity wins. And
so what? I mean, what's the what? So he sneaked her in, and then almost immediately then said she could get rehired again. What's the worst that could happen if they didn't do all of that? And it wasn't common for management to pick you up at the train station, but I think this is exceptional circumstances, isn't it? That they're panicking and doing whatever they can do.
Well, I think that's the thing, and I think they probably wouldn't have been in that much trouble anyway. It would have worked out. But you know what? I don't know about you, but at the time, there was a sense of fear of, I can't be seen to be breaking the rules. So we'll do what we can to remain in the good books because, there's plenty of time. We've seen Sam go for smacking somebody. We're all there by a whisker, not a whisper.
But of course, we also know that you were sneaked in through a boot, so there's a story there, isn't there?
Exactly.
There's truth to that.
Exactly, and if you listen back to our video special that we did with our guests way back last year, then you'll be able to hear all about that story. Exterior, Camp Resort main entrance, afternoon. A procession of coaches draws through the archway and around the impressively pruned roundabout, pulling up outside the reception building. Alan, Mark, Wayne, Judy, and the CampCoats are lined up awaiting the first visitor's deembarkation. A bubbly-looking woman in a neatly pressed travel uniform steps out of the coach carrying a clipboard. She has an air of authority about her. Wayne immediately breathes in and tries to make himself look more presentable. Judy spots this and tries not to laugh.
Breathe, Wayne, or you'll pass out.
The woman approaches. And which one of you is Alan?
That would be me. Hello and welcome. You must be...
Bernice. It's been a very long journey, and I've got 150 girls needing the facilities. Can we start the check-in process right away? I sent all the names and room pairings via email, so I trust all is in order.
You take the high road and I'll take the low road. It feels like, what was that sitcom? Take the high road.
Take the High Road was exactly the one. Of a soap, wasn't it? Like a daytime
Was it
soap,
so
yeah.
like a kind of, yeah, but like wobbly sets and stuff like that. I
a
love
bit
it.
crossroadsy,
I love
yeah.
it. So Bernice is from Take the High Road.
Yeah, it seems like that way, doesn't it? That,
I love it. I love
or
it.
Balamori, it could be either. Alan looks straight at Mark.
Yes. Karen has all the keys over there in reception. We'll make it as fast as possible. Meanwhile, we'll have one of our CampCoats show the girls to the toilets. Donna?
Bernice looks straight past Mark and starts yelling at the bus. No, get back on the coach. We're not ready yet. There's a process in place as well, you know. So go and sit down in your allocated seat, Kimberly. So, slight change of plan with our itinerary. Damn trainer came down with a tummy bug. Poor thing. So we've had to get creative. We'll need another venue and some helpers to facilitate. I trust that won't be a problem.
Of course, it's fine. We're here to... Of course, it's fine. We're here to make your stay as comfortable as possible. Nothing is too much trouble.
Well, we'll see, won't we? So lead the way. I'll oversee the checking-in process. Girls, you may disembark. There is a lot of motion on the coaches as a steady stream of attractive young women step off excitedly, smiling and giggling. A large smile passes across Adam's face.
Is this what heaven looks like? Oh, man.
It looks like hell to me.
Not necessarily.
Adam points out a group of young guys who are walking in, and amongst the throes of travel agents, Robin's eyes light up. Ooh, now we're talking. Interior, main venue, same afternoon. Judy is on stage in the packed venue full of excited 18-year-old apprentice travel agents. She's introducing the team and explaining how the following days will proceed.
And finally, please give a massive cheer for your world-famous CampCoats, Donna, Dan, Adam, and Robin.
The crowd cheers and screams as the team line up on the stage. Adam is pointing and winking at the girls in the audience, enjoying the attention. Robin has his hands in the air, waving, and Donna smiles and claps. Dan runs full speed to the centre of the stage, composes himself, and does a backflip. The venue goes crazy, and the crowd begins screaming.
Now let me hand you over to your regional manager and travel agent of the year in 1992, 93, and 96 respectively, Bernice.
Bernice walks onto the stage and takes the mic from Judy. Oof, I remember when I was that flexible. If all goes well, I may well do my famous banana split routine. The venue immediately goes quiet. The atmosphere created disappearing. Now, settle down and listen. We do have some important rules to follow whilst we're here in residence. Point to write down. Your mandatory health and safety briefing will take place here at 8 a.m. sharp. Breakfast will be served between 7 a.m. and 7:30. For your sake, don't be late. There will be no fraternizing of any kind. Alcohol is strictly prohibited. The beach is out of bounds and curfew will be at 11 p.m. with no exceptions. Any breach of these rules will be dealt with swiftly and harshly. Remember, you are representing Sun Lolly, so I expect the best behaviour whilst we remain guests here. If you have any problems, see your team lead, who will escalate to me if required. All that's left for me to say is, for a holiday that's jolly, travel sun lolly. Now, everybody with me for a holiday that's jolly.
Jolly
Travel with sun lolly. Bernice repeats this, makes everyone say it. The crowd do it, but not very enthusiastically.
That was a very good accent there, Steve. I was really enjoying that. Reminded me very much of Mrs. Doubtfire. Is that are you honing Mrs. Doubtfire there?
I mean, if you're gonna pick at Scottish accents, then
Yeah,
we'll.
I can't. No, I
Maybe
enjoyed
we'll.
it. That's really good. That's really good. That's probably my favourite yet, actually.
Her accent will probably move around the Scottish Isles and probably into Ireland and Wales by the end of the
You
record.
play Karen and Bernice so well that they are literally my favourite characters now. So Karen and Bernice are up there.
That's fantastic. Well, I think it's wonderful that you're enjoying them. Interior and exterior, various venues the next day. All of the resort venues are full of Sunolly agents. There are various seminars and trust exercises going on. We see our CampCoats hosting and encouraging participants. Some are running sports day type events. Others are helping to set up venues with banners and stands for the visiting speakers. This is all set to fast-paced, high-energy music. We see the toll the workload is having on the various CampCoats faces. Some of the shots appear in double speed, which shows the exhausting pace and maintaining the level of support required. So that's a montage scene, something we've not seen in bad scripts before, but something that is a kind of, I guess, a vehicle might to show just the intensity of what's going on without having to have, 10 pages of activity.
Yeah, I think. Well, I would say our audience got a bit of a flavour of what's going on there. That there is tons and tons of stuff happening. You got 150 people plus support staff, so it's fast paced, it's quick. I think that's quite an obvious way to move the scenes forward. Otherwise, we'd have to break it down constantly.
Interior chalet night. Dan and Donna are lying on the couch. A girl tiptoes behind them, followed closely by Adam. She stops and hugs him and then leaves the chalet. Dan and Donna look at Adam, who smiles and walks back to his room. There's a knock at the door. Dan gets up to answer. To see a different girl stood there.
Is Adam here?
Down the hall, first door on the left.
Thanks.
The girl enters the chalet and walks towards Adam's room. Dan looks at Donna and shrugs. Interior, exterior, various venues the next day. Another montage scene as the management, CampCoats, and various other members of staff compile the required supplies to keep demands met. Dan is asleep in a chair and Donna comes along and knocks his feet off a railing as he takes a 5-minute nap. Adam is leaning against the back of some chairs, talking to a group of girls in full flirtation mode. Robin walks past and drags Adam away. Adam mimes a call me gesture to the Sunlolly girls. So Adam seems to be is he over Sam all of a sudden, do we think?
No, he's definitely not over Sam. He's following Robin's advice. If you remember the last episode, Robin says, just chill out. And, Adam was with Kirsty and she didn't want him. And that was a bit of a turning point for Adam, wasn't it? Where Adam's like, well, I just do whatever I want to do. And I think Adam's just embraced it.
So we think he's he's working hard on the kind of rebound.
I think he's rebelling. I think he's rebelling against everything that happened. I think that he is lost.
Interior, Mark's office, evening. Alan is sat in Mark's chair and has removed his tie and his shoes and is rubbing his feet. He takes a sip from a large whiskey tumbler, his phone at his ear.
Wait, is Alan rubbing Mark's feet or his own feet? That's not clear.
I don't think he's rubbing. I don't think he's rubbing Mark's feet. I think that would be very weird.
Alan is sat in Mark's chair. Is Mark there? Mark is there, isn't he?
No, I don't. Oh, maybe he is, but
no, Mark is there. Mark is there. So is Alan rubbing Mark's feet?
No, That's
No.
definitely not happening.
He's rubbing his own feet.
He's rubbing his own feet. Mark
That's
is having to
boring.
probably lean on a cabinet or something because
That's
I think
boring,
whenever
Steve.
Alan goes into Mark's office, there's kind of a power play where he will sit in Mark's chair as if, well, when I'm here, this is my office kind of behavior.
Yeah, that's bad writing. Like, blame the writers for that one. We should
And
definitely
they are
have Alan
shocking.
rubbing
Have a
Mark's
word
feet.
with
They
them.
are terrible, terrible
Fi-
writers. Terrible.
Fire the lot of them. That's what I say.
Exactly. Not on my watch. You wouldn't get this on my watch. I'd have Alan rubbing Mark's feet and his lobes very, very slowly. Yes, Glenn, of course. We'll spare no expense.
Alan puts the phone back on the receiver.
What was that all about? We need to do better. What is the plan for New Year? Well, the Coats are going to put on a game show, and Dan is on, like DJ duties.
Alan mulls this over.
It's not good enough. We need to go bigger.
Bernice appears at the door. Knock, knock. Not interrupting, am I? Both Alan and Mark sit up. Alan immediately moves the bottle of whiskey to under his desk and subtly hides the glass behind a stack of papers.
What can we do for you, Bernice?
Oh, well, I was actually here to see Alan. Alan, do you have a moment?
Of course.
There is an awkward silence as both of them look at Mark, who finally gets the hint.
Right. Well, I should be checking up on the team. Bye.
Mark quickly leaves as Bernice takes his seat. I want to speak to you personally, and whilst I appreciate the young Donna chaperoning me and seeing to our requirements, I feel that coming to you directly would be, more appropriate.
You're not happy?
Well, there's a few elements that aren't quite up to my usual standards.
Well, we can't be having that. Tell me what you would like, and I promise I will move heaven and earth to make it happen.
Well, the food is subpar at best. You can start there. We expect something quite special tomorrow night. I'm surprised I've yet to hear what the plan is for our promised New Year's celebration,
Well, we're working on something very, very special. As for the food, we're thinking pizzas, burgers, and salads.
Alan watches Bernice's face scrunch up as he says this.
Are not going to be on the menu. We're considering Indian.
She scrunches her face again.
Chinese, Tex-Mex, that kind of thing.
Around the world buffet. Now that does sound intriguing. What about the evening entertainment, though?
Planning something a bit different to bring the new year in. I promise you, Bernice, you will not be disappointed.
Good. Now, how about you pour me one of those? Bernice points to where his glass is hiding. He picks up the bottle and pours a shot.
I don't have a mixer. I hope that's okay.
Aye, I prefer it neat and strong. They clink their glasses and both take a sip. Bernice's eyes are on Alan the entire time. So, is there a Mrs. Allen?
Occasionally.
Bernice downs her drink and extends the glass. Alan obliges and pours another. Do well tomorrow, and I'll write camp an exemplary report.
Can you guarantee that?
No, but then you strike me as the kind of man who does well when his back is against the ropes.
Well, I do enjoy a challenge. I like to be on top all the time.
Me and you both. They both drink, and Alan pours another.
Anything else I can do for your happiness, Bernice?
Oh, I'm sure you'll think of something. They both stare intently at each other as we fade out. Oh, got a bit shivery that did, didn't it?
Wait, what was shivery?
It was a bit like the way they were talking. There was definite flirtation going on there.
I think Bernice has obviously got a thing for Alan. I think Alan is his self-preservation's kicking in for Alan. He's like, oh, how can I exploit this situation? He's a businessman, isn't he? That's what he's going to do. He's going to just jump all over everything. So, No,
Well,
when I say
well,
jump all over everything, I don't mean. I
well,
don't quite mean like that. Or maybe I do.
maybe that's exactly what's happening. We don't know. Let's find out. Interior, Camp Holidays Entertainment's office. The next day, Alan and Mark are sat in chairs at a small table. They appear to be looking at a schedule. The title New Year's Eve is written in bold on the top. The paper is blank apart from this.
Come on, Mark. You're the entertainment professional. What have you got? Think big. Well, what about party games? Bigger. We could do a pub quiz. Everyone loves those. Price could be a free weekend here. No, Mark. That's old camp. You've got to think 21st century.
Mark stares at the sheet of paper, then looks up at Alan.
I'm sorry, Alan. You've got nothing. I've been up for over 48 hours.
Alan sighs.
I know, Mark. You've done great so far. We've all had to make some sacrifices. What do you mean? Oh, don't ask questions you really don't want to know the answer to.
Mark looks puzzled, then the penny drops.
Jesus. Look, let's get back to the matter at hand. So what do you suggest? Brainstorm session. Call you guys right now.
Interior, Camp Resort, Dance Studio, morning. The studio is strewn with members of staff, some standing, others sat on the wooden floor, facing the wall-to-wall mirrors. Alan and Mark are stood at the front of the room. Alan clears his throat to gain everyone's attention.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I understand everyone is tired, but we have one final challenge to overcome, and that is putting on a New Year's party, the likes of which we have never seen. I'd like your best ideas. We need your creativity. First things first. Karen, update on the food situation, please.
I've got orders in with every local takeaway. They should be here at 7 p.m. sharp. If the pizzas are late, we get them for free.
We're not supplying pizzas, Karen. Indian, Chinese, and Tex only.
Karen slowly stands up. Oh, I just remembered something. Be back soon. Karen literally runs out of the room. Alan turns back to the team.
Ideas. Go. Anyone. You. Dan.
We could do a strip dance like that Monty film.
The Monty film? Did they strip in the life of Brian? No. He means the full Monty. Okay, Dan has started us off. What next?
What about fancy dress?
Great idea.
I don't think they've bought costumes with them.
Well, we have a wardrobe full of them, right? Any chance is that happening? No offense, Alan, man. Well, we've got lots of bed sheets. Maybe we can use them.
Yeah, we could cut eye holes in them. Everyone could be ghosts.
Or, I'm Kirsty, by the way. Or, we could have a toga party instead. Great idea. Brilliant. Now we need entertainment. No game shows or quizzes. What have you got?
What about a live band?
Unless you've not noticed, Wayne, it's New Year's Eve. Where are we going to find a top-notch band that's not already booked?
Well, we can't. But it just so happens that I've got a few contacts and I'm owed a few favours. If you're willing to dig deep and pay, I'll get you someone great.
Do it. Pay what's needed.
Wayne gets up and leaves.
Okay, Mark. I'll leave the rest up to you. You know what to do. Judy, put me something special together. The coats can be the warm-up act. Dan, you're on DJ duties after. You got 6 hours to choreograph, rehearse, and be ready for tonight. Guys, make me proud.
Interior, entertainment venue, night. A final montage scene, highlighting key points from the evening, such as the CampCoats variety show and the band with everyone on the dance floor. Alan is stood watching on smiling, with Bernice stood with him. Mark and Wayne are in the wings watching the band and we see Mark pat Wayne on the back. Dan is in the DJ booth wearing a party hat, glow sticks around his neck as midnight approaches. 3, 2, 1. Happy New
Year! Woo!
The venue erupts as everyone cheers and hugs. Donna gets into the DJ booth and kisses Dan. Bernice throws herself on Alan, snogging him madly. Robin hugs a muscular-looking travel agent. Kirsty embraces Karen. Her Happy New Year dingle boppers bounce merrily on her head. Adam, surrounded by girls, is seen drinking a shot out of a belly button. He yells into the air triumphantly as a different girl grabs him from behind and kisses him. Interior, chalet, early hours, New Year's Day. Dan is slumped on the sofa in his lounge pants and a knockoff Burberry jumper. He sips a beer and is watching the royal family and laughing out loud. The chalet door rattles as a key is clumsily inserted into it. We hear giggling and the door burst open to reveal Adam stood with 2 young women dressed in togas. They stumble through the hallway into the lounge. Dan jumps to his feet in shock at the sudden home invasion.
Hey, buddy. Happy New Year, mate. This is Tracy, and
Adam clicks his fingers trying to recall. Zoe.
Zoe. Yes, Tracy and Zoe. This is the Dan the Man.
They both giggle and wave at Dan.
Is that bottle of schnapps still in the cupboard?
Adam walks into the kitchen and finds it.
Way, we're in luck, girls.
Dan walks to the kitchen. Are you all right, mate?
I am peachy.
Dan looks over at the 2 girls who are talking between themselves. I never want a cock block, mate, but are you sure you want to do this? Adam taps Dan on the face.
I am living my best life, buddy. Might want to wear some earplugs. It's going to get loud in here. Right, ladies. My room down there. Shots on me, and I mean on me.
Adam lifts his top and shows off his glistening abs. The girls giggle as Adam leaves them to his room. Happy New Year, matey. Interior, camp resort, dance studio, morning. Bright sunshine cascades through the skylights, bouncing off the mirrors, creating a golden glow around the busy room. There are lots of people gathered, all chattering and gesticulating to each other. Everyone is adorned in newly designed camp coat uniforms, looking very smart and modern. At the front of the room stands Mark, Wayne, Judy, and the rest of the management team, including some new faces.
Welcome, everyone. It's nice to see so many faces and some old ones too, as we embark on an exciting new chapter for camp holidays. For those of you who don't know the management team, we have Wayne, our newly appointed entertainment manager, Judy, who is the head of performance, Daisy leads the wardrobe, and we're very lucky to welcome our brand new artistic director, direct from the West End production of X-Men the Musical, Mr. Bernie DeCosta.
There is an audible whoop and gasp from all of the new CampCoats.
Who'll be with us in a few days. Now, as you've seen, we've grown in size this year and have a larger team to match our giant ambitions of making camp the UK's #1 holiday destination. To that end, we've decided to add an extra level of management in order to provide additional support and guidance for you, our new CampCoats.
Mark looks around to see where this person is as the door at the back opens. Everyone's head slowly turns as we hear the footsteps echoing on the shiny wooden floor. We close up on Dan's face, whose mouth is wide open. We close up on Donna's face, who looks confused. The steps get louder and louder. We close up on Adam's face, who clearly mouths the word, fuck.
Hello, boys. I'm back.
End of scene.
End of season.
End of season. We're literally at the point where the new season's starting. So that last scene has jumped a few weeks in from the New Year's Eve to all of the new CampCoats are there, and they're all getting, they're there for their first day of training, their, inauguration. They're all wearing their new uniforms, ready to go. And that last revelation, if anybody hasn't noticed or doesn't recognize the person that's coming in as the brand new CampCoat supervisor, will you put them out of their misery and tell them who it is, please?
Kelly's back.
She has returned. So no wonder Adam was not impressed, and all the returning CampCoats don't look very happy either, really.
I'm looking forward to Kelly coming back, to be honest with you. I think she's going to add I've missed Kelly in these episodes because I think she just brings something to it, her own sensibility. And, maybe that's why I've enjoyed Bernice so much. Yeah, but she's been given power now. She's a supervisor. So if you think of what Kelly was like in the last series.
Yeah, and she had no authority then, did she? So,
yeah.
So now
and we haven't written it yet, by the way. So we have no idea what she's going to be like because we haven't written the next season yet. We've got to write that before we release it. So, but one thing we did want to do was we wanted to give everyone their kind of comeuppance in this episode. Probably people realised a few characters that are missing.
Such as?
Well, Pete is noticeably missing, and we mentioned earlier on that Pete and Robin have now split up.
Yeah,
and thank God for that I don't have to do that god awful Welsh accent anymore, because Daisy had one line and I still managed to mess that one up.
Yeah. Well, look, the thing is, we might see them again. You never know. We never say never here at Bad Script. So don't assume they're gone forever. But for now, Pete has left and moved away. Daisy's taken a back seat, but I have a feeling that Daisy's going to take a much more central role in season 2. So all of those that have enjoyed Mike's Geordie accent, then don't worry, because she will be returning.
I'm sure everyone will also appreciate the fact that you did a much better Scottish accent. You were very Highland, very, very St Andrews, Fife kind of way. I've got to say, Steve, really well done for that, because I thought you really brought that.
That's very, very kind of you to say so. I mean, I've spent a bit of time in Scotland, not anywhere near as much as yourself, but we try and do our best for these things.
No, it's true, and you always play it so safe, with your accent. So it's nice to take you, that you step out a little bit and do something a bit more risky.
Ooh, that was like a double-handed compliment, wasn't it? It was like, here, I'm going to slap you in the face for it as well. But listen, those people that have been listening since the early days will remember that I did originally voice Daisy in like the first or second episode, and it wasn't until after that you took over. So not to say that I wasn't happy to be out there, but I already do quite a lot of voices, so we thought it's only fair to let you have flex your vocal muscles.
Well, this is true, and here we are, the end of the season. This is it, folks. Officially, season 1 is now complete.
Yes, it is. And we would go amiss if we didn't have a little bit of anecdote chat. And New Year's, we've spent a few of them together, Mike, me and you, over the years in different places, different parts of the country. Have you got a memory or a fun story of New Year that you've experienced over the years that you want to share with everybody here?
Nothing that I am willing to share. I've shared so much. I think you should kick us off, Steve. I think you should. Let me ask you, what has been the most memorable New Year that you've ever had in your entire life, and why?
So there's been a few, I guess. We've done a few. Like I say, we've done a few where we've gone a little bit worse for wear and consumed a lot of alcohol. I mean, the New Year at the Millennium was obviously a memorable one because we were in fancy dress. I believe I may have been dressed as Zorro that night, I think, if I remember rightly. And yourself, were you? Did you go as Bond?
I went very safe. I went so safe. I went so safe. I dressed as James Bond in a tuxedo, and you were Zorro for that night. And I missed most of the night, to be perfectly honest with you. So I wasn't around a lot. I think I appeared on the scene around 1 a.m.
Oh no, you were there for midnight. I'm sure you were there for midnight, but
I spent no. So here it is. I spent the millennium by myself in my bed in my chalet on my own.
you're right, you did. I can that was the period, and I know that because I was working. I was dressed as the Red Power Ranger in an indoor venue that had the confetti cannons. I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before, but it was New Year's Eve. It was the millennium. A lot of excited people in this venue. We did the countdown, and they'd put these pyrotechnic confetti cannons, and they were big ones. They had about 4 pipes on them each that shot confetti across the whole building. But one of them that was clamped on had sort of drooped and was pointing downwards, and I hadn't noticed this. So bearing in mind, I'm dressed, like I say, as a Red Power Ranger, and the cannon was now aimed directly at me. I'm oblivious to this. We get the 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. And all I felt was an intense rush of pain to my nether regions as the plastic cap that bursts off the top of the confetti cannon came full pelt and what felt like in slow motion towards me and hit me directly in the groin. I hit the floor, as you would imagine, with that kind of pain. And I just remember speaking to the guy who was on the spotlights, and he said to me, "Steve, I looked out, and I just saw you drop and disappear from view." And I wondered what the heck was going on. I thought you'd had a seizure or something, but no, it was just because yet again, for my art, I took an injury to the groin.
There is a theme with your crotch as an accident's happening. Now I do remember this. The fact that you got hit in the nutsack with a confetti cannon.
And this is only a few months after my famous injury.
Yeah, and like if you can imagine this lycra costume, it's very padded on top because it like you've got padded muscles, but on the bottom it's just. Well, it's just you.
It was all me. It was all me.
You and your jock strap, isn't it? That's all it really is.
So yeah, so that was telling Happy New Year. Here's a kick in the balls. So yeah, it was genuinely one of the strangest New Year's. But you know, we had a great time that night. We went out. We did get absolutely wasted.
No, you did. No, so I must admit the story. So
go on and tell us all what really happened.
Full details of what really happened that night. But I was with another friend that night who then said, "We're not going to see each other for New Year," because my other friend was singing in a venue, and he said we should just drink some vodka, and we should bring in the New Year, the millennium, just with ourselves. And I said, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea." Steve, we drank a litre bottle of vodka in 25 minutes.
Wow.
And I was in that show with you, as you know, and I went to costume to go and get ready. And I remember spilling over a giant kind of a giant pot of needles and stuff all over the floor, and then trying to pick them up, but just picking carpet up and just putting carpet back into the bowl. And I remember there was another cast member just staring at me, like wondering what the hell's happened. So as what happened, the management kind of came in, they saw me and they took me into the management room, and then they sat me in a chair and they went, "Have you been drinking?" And I was like, "No, of course I haven't been drinking." They went, "Have you been drinking?" I went, "No, of course." And they went, "Stand up." And I stood up and I could not stand straight, and I was wobbling all over the place and stuff. And I was told, "Right, you've been drinking clearly." I mean, I must have been stinking of vodka. I mean, it was so obvious. And I was so stupid as well. And it was one of the big regrets that I missed the millennium, because I got told, "Go home, go back to your chalet, go to your bed. Do not leave that chalet. If you're seen outside that chalet, you will lose your job, and that'll be it." And I did, and I went back. And then I remember waking up to the fireworks and the noise, and going, "Oh well, it's the new century. Happy New Year." You know, feeling a bit glum, a bit sorry for myself, but I might as well just carry on sleeping. And I felt really bad, and I was really worried about what happened the next day. And then suddenly, maybe about an hour later, there was this like knocking at my door, and it was you and a few of the other guys outside going, "Mike, Mike." And I'm like, and I remember opening the door to you guys and going, I can't leave. If I get seen out of here, I'm gonna get fired. And well, I mean, you can take the rest of the story because you were there.
Well, I'd sort of had a word with the management team and gone, "Look, it's the millennium," and he was just got a little bit carried away, and you know, he's not he's not a bad guy, and so I'd had that conversation with him, and our Ents manager at the time said, look, he's still going to get punished for what he's done, but I tell you what, for tonight, it is the turn of a millennium. You don't get those every day, it's a once in a 1,000 years. So
once in 1,000 years.
Yeah, exactly. So go and get him from his chalet and take him out for the night and have a good night and just forget about this for now. Yeah, just go and have a good time. But you didn't believe when I told you this. You didn't believe me, like I was trying to set you up for getting in trouble. But eventually, because we all reiterated this, you eventually believed us and you popped your
No, you literally kicked down my door. I wasn't answering my door. You kicked my door in to get me out. And I'm glad you did, to be honest with you. And then I didn't drink. So just for the record, I went out and I drank water the entire night. I didn't drink a sing because I wanted to show my remorse and stuff. And the management team was in the venue, and I went and spoke to them. So I'm really sorry. I was silly. I've sobered up now, and I'm drinking water. I'm not even drinking tonight. And they were like, yeah. And for goodness knows why, I actually didn't get disciplined for that. They just kind of went, you know what? You did it. You repented. You missed the millennium because you spent it by yourself and didn't spend watching Steve get, hitting the knackers with a cannon. Just don't do it again. And I never did. And I think that was the last time I really got into any serious trouble. I think I've always been pretty well behaved since then.
I think so. Or you've never been caught, at least.
I've never been caught. So that was my millennium. That's what I did. I spent it by myself in a single bed in a one-room chalet with just a toilet.
Fantastic. Well, look, thank you, Mike, for opening up and sharing those stories. I know it's not always easy to air these things, especially sort of 20 odd years later. So thank you for that. And to all of our listeners out there, we hope you've had or have a fantastic new year, that 2022 brings you everything that you want. And that includes season 2 of The Last Resort. So, Mike, it's the last one of the year. I'm going to leave it up to you to give us your last words to see us out of the year, and we'll see you all again in 2022.
Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you.
Bad Scripts was written and performed by Mike Garlia and Steve Jones, a Beach Tide production.